In this video, we'll be configuring a Windows PC to recognize, communicate, and ultimately command the PAN1322 development module. To accomplish this task, we need to establish a wired serial communication link with the development module itself. Since serial ports are no longer found in PCs, we'll use the USB port to connect to the UART of the PAN1322. UART stands for Universal Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter, the purpose of which is to translate data between parallel and serial forms and is commonly used in conjunction with communication standards such as RS-232 and RS-485. UARTs are very common in embedded computing and are nearly a ubiquitous communication interface in Panasonic's family of personal area network modules. The PAN1322 ETU is a development board for the PAN1322 production module. It consists of a PAN1322 module mounted on a carrier PCB with an FTDI USB to UART translator and a physical USB connector. 4 UART test points, RX, TX, CTS, and CTR are all exposed, which is helpful for embedded development. A hardware reset button is also included on the board. SPP Toolbox is the software development environment for the PAN1322 family. It's a terminal emulator which is an enhanced version of Windows Hyperterminal. We'll use SPP Toolbox briefly in this video to confirm that the hardware connection between the PC and the development module has been established. We'll dive deeper into the capabilities of SPP Toolbox in a future video. Okay, now that we've learned a little bit about the PAN1322 development kit, I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step instructions on how to install and configure the product so we can use it with SPP Toolbox. The first thing you need to do is bring up your web browser and go to panasonic.com/rfmodules. That will bring you right to this page. And from there, you're going to click on Eval Kits in the center of the page. That's going to bring up a listing of all the evaluation kits we have for our RF modules, the first one being the PAN1322. So when you click that open, you're going to see all of the resources that we have for download. If you click on the All Resources download link, that will bring you everything zipped in one file. And that includes CAD files, design guides, and reference guides, in addition to the SPP Toolbox, its manual, and all of the drivers that you need to install. So once you download that, you're going to extract that archive into a place that's easy to remember. For this purpose, I put it on the desktop, but you can really put it anywhere. Now, once you get that far, you're going to have to insert the evaluation boards into the USB port. Windows will start automatically recognizing the new hardware, but if it doesn't automatically see or doesn't automatically install the driver, you're going to have to manually do it. So you'll click Start, right-click on Computer, and then click Manage. And then from your computer management window, you're going to click Device Manager. So then you're going to find the evaluation boards in the list. In my case, I've already installed them for simplicity's sake, and they're both listed here on COM3 and COM4, but you may see them in another area with an error message. From there, you're going to right-click on them and click Update Driver Software, and then you're going to browse your computer for the software. Once you click Browse here, you point it in the installation driver directory. So in this case, I have it on my desktop. Once you click that and OK, you're going to make sure that subfolders are checked, and then you'll hit Next. And what it'll do is it'll look for the driver in that folder and install it. So being that this is already installed, it's telling me that I'm ready to go. So once that's done, you're ready to start configuring the COM ports for use with SPP Toolbox. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click on COM port 3 and click on Properties. So there's a couple things we need to do. First, we're going to click on the port settings. Now, the default baud rate is 9600. What we need to do is change that up to 115/200. And then for flow control, we need to click that and choose hardware. Now clicking OK, we're going to do the same thing for COM port 4. Properties, port settings, change the baud rate, and the flow control to hardware. Okay, once we're done with that, we're configured and ready to communicate with SPP Toolbox. So I'm going to minimize that. And then I'm going to go to my Start menu and click on SPP Toolbox. And from here, you are going to notice that both COM ports are closed. So what we need to do is first scan the ports. By clicking that, it will look at all of the COM ports that you have and see which ones have evaluation boards. If you click the drop down, you'll notice that I have 3 and 4. So COM port 3, COM port 4. For device A, I'm going to select 3. For device B, I'm going to select 4. Okay, now what I need to do is open those COM ports. So I'm going to click Open 1 and Open 2. Now you'll notice that down here, For the device A, I have COM port 3 at 115.200 and COM port 4. So they are connected and ready to receive data. So what I'm going to do is a simple demonstration just to show that this is working. If you click on the Commands tab, you have a whole list of available options that you can do to communicate to and from the devices themselves. But what I'm just going to do is I'm going to click Reset, and it's going to send a reset command to the module, and then it's receiving an OK signal from it. So this shows that we are communicating, and we can communicate back and forth with the development modules. In future videos, we're going to look at some of the other features of SPP Toolkit, but for this tutorial, we're going to end it right here. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you're one of the first to know when we release new content.